This is my modest hi-fi system. I have a Rega Planar 2 turntable. It has a Band and Hull DGT2 cartridge. It has a Groove Tracer subplatter, an acral, if that's the right word, platter. It's got just a standard RB300 arm. It's basically a cheap turntable, but I like it and I'm very happy with it. Now below that, on the right there, you can see the black cube Phono stage. Now I use that for playing mono records. And below that, you can't see it too clearly, but there's another black cube, this time a black cube SE. And I use this when I'm playing my stereo records. I also have two linear SE headphone amps. And I'm forced by circumstances to listen to most of my music by headphone. So I use one of these is links up to the black cube, and the other one links up to the black cube SE. So that's basically it. It's a very, very simple, modest system. But I quite like it, and it does the job. And I'm quite happy with it. Now I also have a Cambridge Audio CXN player. It's a network player, which I very, very rarely use. I bought it with the intention of using it. I bought it as a radio really, but I no longer listen to radio because it's just pure propaganda. It's just the new woke thing. I wouldn't believe a single word I heard on the BBC or any radio station. So I basically never use it. It's nice to have it once in a blue moon. I'll listen to. I'll stick a USB stick into it and listen to some music, but really I think they're a huge waste of money. I really do. But that is my hi-fi system really. The speakers are their mission, but I never use them. So there you are. Now over here, as you can see, there is a, let me see. Yeah, over there now you can see that's a Newmark turntable. And I bought this, I saw it in a charity shop. There's a charity shop just across the road from where I live. And I saw it there, and it was 20 euros. So I thought I'd buy it and, bring it home, amuse myself, sort of setting it up and seeing what it was like. And I anticipated that I would then just literally put it out for the bin man, because these are very cheap and they have a dreadful reputation. And the only reason I bought it, I had no intentions of keeping it. The only reason I bought it was, I thought, well, I get an hour and a half maybe pleasure fiddling around with it. But anyhow, when I got it home and plugged it in and put in a cartridge, and I tried various cartridges, it actually, it sounded all right. Now they're very, very poor quality. Everything about them is cheap. but they do actually do the job, and they do it reasonably well. Now I'm using that at the moment as my mono turntable, and I have a Denon DL102 cartridge in it. And it's ideal for my old mono records, of which I've got a lot of old mono British jazz records. But I've tried various cartridges in it. I've tried the Bandon Hall DDT, sounded fine. I've tried various Pickering cartridges. Pickering, is it XVX or XSV 500 and 300? They sounded fine. I tried the Denon DL103 in it, sounded fine. So they're perfectly good turntables. You know, if you see one in a charity shop, very cheap, buy it. You know, it's always handy to have an extra turntable, and they sound all right. They're not brilliant, nothing outstanding, but they do the job. So that anyhow is my hi-fi system. And now I do have a couple of other turntables, and I'll make a shorter video about those at some other point. But for the moment, that's it. That's my modest little, well, hi-fi system.